All right, we're going to look at what's something called the chain rule. And the chain rule is used for problems like this where we've got a trinomial raised to the third power and we really don't want to take the time to multiply all that out. So to find the derivative of this, first derivative, how the chain rule works is you bring the power in front, reduce the power by 1. Does that sound familiar? But now we've got to multiply it by the derivative of what's inside. Well, the derivative of what's inside is 12x cubed minus 2. And we can go ahead, take this 3 and combine it with this, combine those two. That's easy to do. That's 36x cubed minus 2. And then 3x to the 4th minus 2x plus 5. And there's our answer. All right, well, what about, how do I do the square root? Well, the square root, I'm going to rewrite this with an exponent. It's going to be 4x minus 3 raised to the 1/2 power. So first derivative, power in front, reduce it by 1, times the derivative of what's inside. Well, the derivative of 4x is 4, derivative of 3 is 0. Now 1/2 times 4 is 2. I can bring this back down to the bottom and put the square root symbol around it. Okay, this one, I'm going to rewrite this, and this is going to be 2x to the 4th minus 9 raised to the 1/3 power. What we're going to have here is, first of all, we have a product. So we have the first, we're going to times it by the derivative of the second, plus the second times the derivative of the first. So the first, which is 2x, times this derivative, power in front, reduce the power by 1, times the derivative of what's inside, plus the second times the derivative of the first. So this one, well, I can combine these two out here. They're not raised to any powers. So that's what, 16x to the 4th. 1/3, I can put the 3 on the bottom. This is the third root of 2x to the 4th minus 9, all that squared, plus 2 times the third root of 2x to the 4th minus 9. So now what we're going to start seeing is we're going to start seeing where we're going to be using a couple different rules. And the last one we're going to do is we're going to evaluate f prime of 7. And this right here is going to be a quotient rule. But I'm first going to write it as 3x minus 5 to the 1/2 power. Remember the quotient rule, square the denominator. Well, when I square a square root, I just get 3x minus 5. Bring the denominator up, times the derivative of the numerator. Well, the derivative of 1 is 0, minus the numerator, which is 1, times the derivative of the denominator. So that's 1/2, 3x minus 5, reduce the power by 1, times the derivative of what's inside. Well, this is gone. 3 times 1/2, well, that's just 3 halves. Let's do this. This is 3 over 2. This right here is a square root of 3x minus 5. All that over 3 minus 5. Now we can simplify this, but I'm going to plug in 7 and just do the math with numbers. So that's 2. Well, 3 times 7 is 21 minus 5 is the square root of 16 over 16, which equals 3/8 times 1/16. And this is a negative. I lost my negative, which is a negative 3 and 1/28.